welcome back to my channel and a new video. If this is the first time you're here and you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you've been here before, you're part of the Heart and Hustle family. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. In the last couple of my videos, I told you I was going to make a tumbler turner. So today in this video, that's exactly what we're going to do. So as we've seen, tumblers is another way that people are using vinyl decals to decorate their tumblers. So in this video, we're not going to be decorating any tumblers. We'll say that for another video. But in this video today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you downstairs to the garage to where I'm actually going to make this tumbler turner. Alright, so with that being said, let's get down to the garage and get this project started. Alright, so we're in the garage now. You might see a difference in the quality of the picture because I switched to my phone. I'm not going to use my camera for this portion of the video because I don't want to get sawdust all over it and then have to worry about taking everything apart to clean it out. Behind me I have some of the equipment that I'm going to be using in this portion of the video while cutting this wood. You don't have to have what I have. I like to do a lot of woodwork. I just don't make videos on it. So you can use whatever you have. You don't have to have what I have. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got and what I'm going to be using for this video. Alright, so for cutting the wood, I'm going to be using a Cobalt 10-inch chop saw. I've had it for about 2 years now. It's never given me any problems. And then I got this Ryobi table saw. I'm not going to be using it. I don't have a stand for my Cobalt saw, so I just use my table saw to put it on top of. Again, this is just some of the equipment that I have. You don't have to have a chop saw to actually do this part. We'll go over some other options that you might have. This is just what I have, so I'm going to use it. So if you don't have a chop saw, another thing you could do is use a jigsaw. I've had this one right here, this Black & Decker jigsaw right here. I've had it for about 4 or 5 years, and it's still working. I haven't had any problems with it. when I first started doing wood, this was the first piece of equipment I got. I think this was like $20 or $30, Home Depot or Lowe's. I don't remember where I got it. But this right here will work just fine. When you are using this, the thing about using a jigsaw is your lines can get wiggly. So make sure you have something like this with a straight line, or just a regular 12-inch ruler to make a straight line, just so that you have something to guide you or something to follow as you're cutting that piece of wood. And last, if you don't have a jigsaw, you can use a regular saw. You're going to have to do a lot of work because you will be sawing a lot. Same thing, just have something to make a straight line so that you're able to follow it. So those are the other two options that I would recommend if you don't have a chop saw. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the material that I bought. I bought this right here from Home Depot. It's a 5x6. I think I paid $8 for it. The second piece that I have right here behind it, this piece right here, I already had it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as the base, the bottom part. And the reason I'm going to do it wider is just in case if I want to make a 4-tumbler turner, the base will already be wide enough to where I don't have to redo it again. All right, so the next thing we're going to be using is this rotisserie turner. Y'all saw in my last video, I had that really long box. So here's what was inside the box. And then this bracket right here. So all this does is it slides on there like that. But I'm going to put these side by side like this, and then the pole will go in between. All right, so the next thing that came in the box was this long rod right here. This rod is what we're going to be using for the tumblers. I'm going to cut it down to size, and then I'll have the rest of it left, and I can use the other part. I'm going to probably make a 4-tumbler turner out of the other part so I can rotate. If I'm just doing one, I can use this one. If I got 4, I could do this one. So we're going to cut this down and save the other side. And then also I'm going to be using some Gorilla Glue. This stuff works really good. I've made tons and tons of cornhole boards, and this stuff is amazing. Drill, I like to use stuff with wires. Why? Because I have to worry about batteries dying. And then we're going to be using 1 1/4 wood screws. And the last thing is I'm going to be using these drill bits to drill pilot holes so that I can avoid splitting the wood when screwing it together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some music on for you guys. I'm going to start cutting this stuff. We'll get this done, and then we'll assemble it, and then we'll check it out. I'll see you in a little bit. The reason I do this line right here is so I know exactly where that piece of wood is going to go, and I can put these holes in there without having to mess it up. Alright, so now that the platform is done, this is just the way I decided to do it. I had that bottom piece, cut these to 12 inches. So this piece right here, I cut 24 inches long. These pieces right here, I cut 12 inches just to go from one side to the other. We're gonna put these brackets on here, and then we'll slide the motor on here, and we'll give it a try. Now remember, like everybody says in their videos, there's no right way or wrong way to make one of these. This is just what I had, so I made it like this. Now, whatever you have, make it the way you want, and go with it. As long as it works, as long as it turns, it's right. Right, so we got this thing finished. We got the two brackets in. This piece right here, I slid it on there. I put these two screws in here. Keeps it from moving around. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and stick this rod in here. I'm gonna put this on here. Slide this into the little hole. Tighten this up a little bit. We're gonna turn it on and see how it works. See if you can see that. Alright, so it's got a nice low spin to it. The thing about this one, it does spin both ways. Now you see that it's spinning the other way. It doesn't have a forward or reverse button. All I did was turn it off, turn it back on. Now you can see it's spinning the other way. The last thing I need to do is cut this right here so I can put that football on here. And then we'll put a tumbler on here and see how it looks. Okay, so here's the finished product of my tumbler turner that we started downstairs in the garage. So one thing I forgot to show you is when I cut this bar right here, I didn't actually use a hacksaw like I said I was going to use. I went to Walmart, and since I do have a jigsaw, I just picked up some metal blades and I was able to cut this. So I have this one right here. In case I decide to make a 4 tumbler turner, I have this bar still to do that. I keep this one for 1 and keep this one for 4. Another thing that I did that I didn't show you guys is I drilled a hole right here, so whenever I'm not using this, I could put it here and not have to worry about misplacing it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the football, put it on the inside. This football, I just bought it from the dollar store. Everybody says they buy them from there, either this or the noodle. I went with the football. So I'll stick it in there. This one actually has a power button on it, so we'll just turn it on and see the spin, how it goes. So if you can see that, it's spinning in rotation one way. It doesn't got a fast spin to it, so it's actually seems pretty good. I've never done one of these, but we'll see how it goes when I start doing them. So this one right here doesn't have a reverse or forward, but if I turn it off and turn it back on, it'll rotate the other way. So if I turn it off, turn it back on, you can see now that it's now rotating the other way. So this was our vision of our tumbler turner that we were going to make, and this is what I made for us. I've had this motor for a while. I'll see if I can find the link to where I bought this motor. I'll put it down in the description. So like I said, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there of people making their own tumbler turners. Is this the right way to make tumbler turner? Absolutely not. But it's my way, and it's going to work for us. So this is what we're going to use. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I just picked up an Epson 4750 sublimation printer. I will be going over that in another video, but for now I just wanted to get this out of the way before I did that one, because I had already told you guys I was going to do this one. Also, this is your first time to my channel, welcome to Heart and Hustle Printing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Don't forget to leave comments down below. If you see something that I did in this video that I could have did better, please let me know. I'm always willing to learn a different way, and by you leaving a comment down below will not only help me, but someone in the future that is just starting off might read your comment and say, you know what, that is a better way of doing it instead of doing it my way. So again, thank everybody for watching, and until next time, keep pressing.